So, I just want to talk a bit about mirtazapine and finally feeling like I've gotten off it. I posted a video a few weeks ago about when I stopped, and this is a few weeks after that. So, I kind of feel a bit better. I was really horrified at the beginning of things. I thought I was going nuts, and I was having these really horrible thoughts of thinking that I was crazy and stuff like that. But a few weeks after, everything's okay. I don't know how long it takes for this drug to leave your system. I've read things like it takes weeks since your last dose for things to completely go, but yeah, it is a nightmare to get off any antidepressant. This is the third one I've tried to get off, so I'm kind of used to it now. And this one was pretty much cold turkey because I couldn't stand being on it any longer, and tapering off it just means the process is going to be much longer than you want it to be. So one of the reasons I wanted to get off this was the extreme weight gain that you put on. I noticed I was getting a huge neck, and no matter how hard I tried exercising, I just could not get rid of it. So I kind of feel a bit more like myself. It's annoying when you're trying to get off this thing and it's just making you more miserable, and shame they can't design these drugs. It's just, the luck of the draw kind of thing. And I don't know, had the flu, and I was kind of having these stupid thoughts. Maybe that factored into it, like having a fever and not knowing which thing was affecting you, whether it was the medication, coming off the medication, or if it was the fever playing tricks with your mind. Another thing, like I smoke pot kind of like whenever I feel like it, whenever I feel I need to relax, and usually I enjoy it a hell of a lot. But coming off the mirtazapine and smoking weed is not a good idea, because it's you question yourself whether you're going insane, or if it's A or B or whatever is affecting you. You just can't clearly define what is going wrong. And that's what I think people who do commit suicide, coming off these medications or going on them, they just can't find a clear answer of what is bothering them so much. So I think that's why they just think they're going crazy, and they don't know that the depression is ups and downs. It's not all one straight road. That's what I've realized anyway. Also, I looked up a fascinating thing on smoking weed and having thoughts or memories, like having false memories. If you've ever heard of that, like you remember an instance in your life and you're thinking about it and you think, oh, is this how it happened, or did it happen some other way? I think weed in moderation is okay, as any drug is, but when you're like, I have had a few panic attacks. I don't really enjoy them, but they come out of they say they're unpredictable, but I think there are certain things in your life at that stage, whether you have had no sleep or you've had too much caffeine. I think there's always a trigger that sets them off. And it was the same thing last night. I smoked some weed and had this horrible thought, the memory of something that happened 10 years ago, and I was thinking, is this how it happened, or am I creating these memories of this incident that happened, and is my memories fake or are they real? And when I came out of that stupor, I remembered that I had created these false memories of this thing that happened. So you just have to be careful with drugs, be it prescribed medication or recreational stuff. I've never found this happening with alcohol, but I prefer weed over alcohol because alcohol just makes me feel sick if I've had too much, and it's not really enjoyable. But yeah, I mean, you've got to have balance in life, I guess. So that's just my kind of rant. And I hope you found it interesting. And there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember it now. Just about being really careful on these medications, because you might think you're losing it, but that's it. I was walking, I love this stretch of road. I always walk along this. It's along the beach, the west coast of Western Australia, and that's the Indian Ocean out there. I love going on this walk. It always sets me at ease and makes me appreciate things a lot more. And I was walking along it just the other week, and someone had written in the sand in huge letters, like, if you're trapped on an island, you write in big letters. And someone had written, hold on, pain ends. And that really spoke to me a hell of a lot, because it can go into any kind of instance. And I've recently had this horrible person been taken out of my life, and for 3 years they have made my life miserable in many respects, and they're leaving, they've disappeared from my life, and you just have a sigh of relief over this, and you just think, all that misery, it's not like, when you're in it, you think that this is eternal and it's never going to end, but then It does end. Nothing is forever. So it's the same with depression, any kind of way you look at it, there is always an end to it. It may seem like it's going on forever, but there has to be an end to it. So depression isn't forever. I don't know where I've been looking, the friggin' camera in this thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it worthwhile. Okay, thanks for watching.